Hello and welcome. What you are about to hear is an excerpt from an oral history interview collected by the Octavia Phelan Public Library as part of its Our Stories, Our Community project. The full interview this excerpt is taken from is available on CD at the Octavia Phelan Public Library main branch.
My name is Johnny Espinosa. I'm 80 years old. Today is February the 14th, 2015. I live in Gallup, New Mexico. I have a partner by the name of Tom Hartsock.
Thank you. My name is Tom Hartsock. I'm 70 years old. Today's date is Valentine's Day, 2015, and we're at the library in Gallup, New Mexico. And my longtime friend, Johnny Espinosa, is the person I will be interviewing today. Let's start with the very early days, Johnny. You were born in Navajo, New Mexico, which was one of the 5 mining camps, coal mining camps, north of town.
Correct. I was born in Navajo, New Mexico, house number 51.
Wow, you still remember that.
And I grew up there in Navajo till the age of 10, and then we moved to Gallup in 1944. Right. But during that time in Navajo, we had Heaton and was already closed, and Weaver was just maybe 3 or 4 houses. Gibson was a big camp. Our camp was pretty big, and Gamerco was a big camp.
Right.
All the houses from Heaton were moved from Heaton to Gamerco. That's when they built Gamerco, when they closed Heaton down.
Where did you go to school in those days?
We had a school there in Navajo.
Okay. We
had it was kindergarten then, and then baby class and so on and so forth. But from there to the 6th grade.
Okay.
And then after the 6th grade, they had to go to Gamerco to the 7th and 8th grade.
Right.
Or to Gibson later on.
Right.
They had all the way to 8th grade in Gibson.
Was the schoolhouse, was it one room?
No,
all
the
kids?
Schoolhouse, we had 4 rooms.
Okay.
4 rooms.
So like kindergarten and 1st grade were together?
Kindergarten, 1st grade, and baby class were all together.
Okay.
The classes weren't very big.
Okay.
And as time went on during the war, as time went on, the classes got smaller and smaller. So
right.
The classes, like when I was in the 3rd grade, 4th and 5th, were put together in 5th grade. They moved them up because there was 3 people in 4th grade and maybe 6 in 5th grade. So.
And by the time you were 10, the mines had pretty well closed down?
By the time I was 10, they were closing Gamerco down. And that camp was closing down. And we moved out of there in June of 44. We were the second to the last family to move out of Navajo.
Okay. Your dad was from Mexico, is that correct?
That's correct. He was
he came up here to mine and met your mother, who was up here. And now one of the things I always thought was a little different was that your mother, although she was Spanish or Mexican herself, was a member of the Baptist Church.
Correct.
Here. And your dad, I don't know, I don't think we ever talked about it before. Your dad was probably Catholic, is that right?
No. My dad was Baptist.
He was Baptist also. Okay.
Yeah.
So you grew up as one of probably the few Mexican
Baptists.
Yeah,
yes.
There you go. And that would have been quite a difference from the general population who all went to either St. Francis or Sacred Heart or wherever.
Well, most of my friends were all Catholic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're going to talk about your career in.
The Octavia Phelan Public Library is committed to providing open and wide access to information. please visit one of our branches in Gallup, New Mexico. The music used in this podcast was Enigmatic by Ben Sound, available at www.bensound.com. Thank you for listening to this oral history. This is John Fortunato for the Octavia Film Public Library.